All right. Okay. Thank you, everyone, for being here today. This is the City of Eureka Springs Public Zoning and Planning Commission meeting. It is Tuesday, January 14th, and it is 6 p.m., and we are here at the auditorium. If I can get a roll call, please, sir.
Ansel Lee.
Here.
Susan Harmon.
She's absent with notice.
Okay. Fergie Stewart.
Here.
Mike Welch. Here. David Budicali.
Here.
And I'm President Tom Buford.
Okay. Let's stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. And we will start with the Board of Zoning Adjustment. And I need a motion to approve the agenda.
Motion to approve the agenda.
Second.
Okay, I've got a motion and a second to approve the agenda. The agenda is thereby approved. And we will start with public comments. Is there anyone that would like to do public comments? Okay. I don't see anybody adjusting the microphone. Okay. And the next unfinished business is none. New business. We have on our agenda a sign appeal for 4052 East Van Buren. Mayo is the applicant. Appeal to stop work order. Or is it applicant present in the audience?
Actually, I'm the attorney that represents the applicant. The applicant is Christy Ball. Ms. Ball is present here tonight.
Could we get a motion to discuss?
Can I get a motion to discuss?
Second.
Okay, got a motion to discuss. All right. And Chris, yes, go ahead.
I looked at the stop work order. It says the reason for the stop work order was some kind of a violation. I didn't know specifically what, it doesn't say there specifically why the stop order was issued.
If I could, I'm understanding this, that the sign could not be repaired, so a new sign was being built. It's always been my understanding that on the highway, the Arkansas Department of Transportation approves these signs. I'm just not sure why this is coming to us.
Can I have a question?
Go ahead.
Yeah, but the previous sign we had issued there at 62 and 23 where it joins, that was on the side of the road for the
Right, correct.
that was on private, even though it's on the state highway right away, it was the owner of the property there. They own the property itself, the dirt itself. The reason they were having a problem with that one was because they were advertising for an off-site location, and the code says that the signage in Eureka Springs has to be for businesses inside Eureka Springs. But that's the case here. We're trying to determine who owns that spot of dirt where that sign is.
Mr. Mayo?
That's not your job. And I'll introduce myself, Bill Mayo. I'm pleased to be here to allow me to entertain our appeal. Is there any one of you who has not read either the notice of appeal and the exhibits and this memorandum that was supplied today?
I've read them. I'm good. I've read them both. Yeah. Read them.
Well, you're already discussing things that have nothing to do with the core of what we said.
Okay, thank you for clarifying that.
I don't mean any disrespect, but we're not here to litigate who owns the dirt that's under the sign. The issues that were raised in this memorandum and the notice are quite clear. I do not want to waste your time. I do not want to waste my time. I think you have adequate information that is contained in this as to the irregularities that took place in both the stop and order, failure of your inspector to follow your own ordinances to allow us to have a meeting on the rehabilitation plan that was submitted. He has everyone else's here, a convicted felon who is the one who was instrumental in talking to the mayor, to several people identified in this. What we are requesting you to do is give us a up or down decision tonight, and we'll move on from there.
Okay.
That's all we're asking. Thank you.
Okay.
So let me read the appeal is on the stop work order.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
So
That's what we're dealing
We're
with.
discussing the stop work order. The letter from Paul Sutherland on the stop work order is in your packet, did you? Okay. So we're either going to vote to uphold the stop work order, and so that has to be, the motion has to be in the affirmative, and we can either, decide to vote yes or no on to stop the work order.
Okay.
Okay. So any other discussion on the stop work order?
Motion-
Okay, need a motion.
Motion to vote on the stop orders issue status.
Okay, you have to confirm, to approve.
A yes vote is to keep the stop work order in place. A no vote is to take the stop worker off.
Okay, need a second?
I don't think that motion makes sense. I'm
Okay,
sorry.
can you?
Okay, go ahead.
Right. Go ahead.
If I may, I believe you have to, because it is an appeal, I am under the assumption you'd have to make a motion to either grant the appeal or, make a motion to grant the appeal.
Thank you. That's what she said, what I should have said.
Okay, so you want to restate
Okay.
your motion?
I make a motion to grant the appeal or to decline the appeal.
You can
No.
only make the motion in
Okay.
the affirmative.
Okay, there we go. There's retract both of those. I make a motion to grant the appeal, subject to our vote.
I need a second?
Second.
Okay, all right. Okay, the vote is to grant the appeal. All in favor, say yes.
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 All deny?
Yes.
Okay, so we have,
No, I'm not denying.
okay, so,
Granting appeal.
so we have three? One? Let's do a hand by hand. So all those,
I want to
Go
clarify
ahead,
this.
sure.
We grant them the appeal, the stop work order goes away, correct?
That's correct.
Okay.
Okay, that's correct. That is correct. So a show of hands on the appeal, to grant the appeal. Okay, all right, it's unanimous, all right? Congratulations, we've stopped the appeal. And I got some papers I got to sign, I think? Do I?
No,
Oh,
not
no.
on this.
So I think your client should be happy with that decision.
We're very happy, and thank you very much for your patience.
Thank you for clarifying that.
Thank you.
Okay, next on the agenda is a tree removal application for 4 Armstrong. Laurel applicant, the removal of 2 trees that are highly decayed and hollow. Is the applicant here today? Okay, come on up to the microphone.
A motion to discuss or?
Yeah, we have motion.
Okay.
Yeah, motion to discuss? Okay, all right. Okay. And state your name and address?
Mike LaRue. I live here in Eureka. I have a P.O. box here in Eureka. We're building just outside of town.
Okay. And tell us about your tree removal project.
Well, Zach here owns the property, and I don't try to talk people into cutting down trees that don't need to be cut down, but these 2 trees definitely need to come down. I'm a certified arborist. I've been doing this for 32 years, pretty continuously. That's more or less my only job that I've had. So I have a pretty good idea when I'm looking at these kind of trees that there's just no way to save them. They're hollow, they're cracked. One of them's leaning over the public walkway, leaning over power. Actually, both of them are in power lines. It's just a matter of when they're going to fall down. It's not a if, it's when.
Real quick.
Yeah, go ahead, Tom. Mike?
I walked up the street, I risked my life on the snow to look at where the trees were, and they were marked. And that one tree that's right in front of your deck, I vote right now to, I know where I stand on it. So I did actually go up and see them. I took a few pictures. The one tree in question that they have marked, the root system is now abutting up against the deck itself. So it falls within that 6 feet or 10 feet, and you can see the moss and the trees limbs are dead. So, I did actually go see it, so I know how I want to vote.
Okay. Anybody else? Okay.
I make a motion
Go ahead.
that we approve the removal of the 2 trees at 4 Armstrong.
Second.
Okay, I've got a motion and a second for a tree removal application for Armstrong Street. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any against? Okay, it passes. Congratulations. I do have some paperwork for you. And if I can get you, which way to sign? I've not done this in a while.
We'll sign it after. and
Okay,
then
we'll
I will
sign
get
it
this to
after.
you
So
tomorrow.
do you'd have to go anywhere? Can we wait? Okay, all right, we'll sign it after. So thank you for waiting. Okay, all right. The next item is a tree removal application at 70 Clay. Again, same applicant. Removal of 1 tree that is in danger of falling on a house. All right, you can come on back up if you want, or are you already back? Okay. Yeah, a motion to discuss?
Second.
Okay.
Before I saw that tree also. and
Okay.
I don't see that one is.
It
is-
doesn't,
no,
I
it
don't
doesn't.
think it needs to be removed.
No, I don't think that one either. There's 2 of them parallel to each other. They're both on the house, and they're big monstrous trees, but one of them seems to be, the one in question seems to be leaning just a little bit, but, I mean, I can't see them being as an imminent danger.
There is only, who's only requesting removal of 1.
Yeah, but there's 2 trees side by side, and both trees look parallel to each other. I mean, to eliminate one of them, you'd almost have to do them both, but I don't see the reason why they.
Can you explain why you think this tree needs to come down?
Yes, ma'am. There's actually, I think there's 3 or 4 trees there, and they're right along the road, and you can see that the trees that are in good shape are in the ground the way that they're supposed to be. The tree that needs to come out is partially uprooted under the road, and you can see where it's clearly pulled the road up by probably almost a foot. It's compromised, the root system's compromised, it's not going to grow back, it's not going to get better, and in fact, having looked at that tree for quite a bit, I think that the tree was leaning one direction to start with. The root system starts to fail on the one side where the road is, it's lifting the road up, and now the tree is leaning back towards the house. So if the tree comes down and uproots, it's going to take half the road with it. So to me, as an arborist, it's just a matter of whether the tree is going to get taken down and keep the road intact, or wait until it pulls the road up and then replace the road.
So I want to make sure I'm clear. Is it your statement here that you believe that the tree is in some type of physical or disease condition, that it falling is going to be imminent? Or
I would say
it's just
it-
in a bad position?
It could fall at any time, for sure, with the way that the storms come through here.
Well, yeah, we could make that case for a lot of trees. I'm just
Right.
saying, so
Yeah.
I guess my point, is the tree sick?
I think that the root system is compromised beyond what you should trust as a homeowner.
Tom?
I went and looked at the tree, and there's no sidewalk on that street.
There's no
And the
sidewalk.
tree there's a slight hump in the asphalt pavement there. But the tree is not diseased. It's a big tree. It has 1 or 2 limbs that are all overhang the house, but they don't touch the roof of the house, and they're small limbs. And the tree is not leaning to mount anything. It's no reason to cut the tree down. The most you want to do maybe is trim 1 or 2 limbs off. I don't even recommend that. And like I say, it is a slight hump in the pavement, but it's not a foot hump in the pavement, no more than when somebody puts a sewer line across the road and they go back and patch it back, halfway incorrect. So I don't think the tree's in danger of hurting the house.
If there's any questions, I move that we make a vote on the tree application, whether to approve it or to deny it. If there's any more questions.
It has to be in the affirmative.
Okay.
motion.
I move that we vote on the tree application,
To approve the
to
tree.
approve the tree application.
All right.
I'll get it right one of these times, I'm sorry.
Okay, do we have a second?
I second that.
All right. All in favor of approving the tree removal application at 70 Clay Street, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those against?
No.
No,
Okay, I think we have 3 noes. Show of hands on the noes?
No.
Okay, three. We have 3 noes. Okay, so the tree application did not get approved. Sorry.
Great, thank you.
Okay.
Motion to adjourn?
Second.
Okay. So we have a motion and a second to adjourn the Board of Zoning Adjustment. All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Any against? No. Okay. Okay. We're going to convene now the Planning Commission meeting. Need an approval of the agenda.
Motion to approve the agenda.
Second.
Okay. Motion to set and seconded approval of the agenda. Any public comments on the Planning Commission? Okay. Anybody? No. Okay. No comments. Oh, are you coming up?
It's the first agenda item.
Huh? Oh, okay, I'm sorry. Okay. All right. We have a show cause hearing for 1 Washington Bed and Breakfast. Is the applicant here representing 1 Washington?
Yeah, it's right there. Motion to discuss.
Okay, motion to discuss?
Second.
Okay.
It's not a B and B, it's a.
I know,
it's a-
that's what I thought too.
It's a multifamily.
Sorry.
yeah.
Okay.
It looks like you're making progress.
I'm painting drywall, yeah.
So do you have any idea when you'll be getting your certificate of occupancy?
I would say within 4 months I should be there.
4 months?
Yeah,
Okay. How many units do you have there?
4.
Okay. And each one has 1 bedroom?
Each one has 2 bedrooms.
Okay, so at the last city council meeting, we passed what the definition of a unit is. And a unit is 1 bedroom that sleeps 2 people.
I believe that's for B and Bs, that's not for
It's
apartments.
just a generic, it's a unit, how that's described. So you have I don't have it in front of me. You have a grandfather right now for 5 units?
4 units,
4 units with no
Yeah.
parking?
one space.
You have 1 space?
Right.
Okay. And so how many total bedrooms do you have?
8. I don't believe that's correct for apartments. I believe that's the unit for B and Bs and tourist lodgings, but I mean, there are 2-bedroom apartments.
Well, I think one of
Oh.
the reasons it was passed is because of the parking, because if you're talking 2 bedrooms, you're really talking not 4 parking spaces, you're talking 8 parking spaces. Does that make sense?
If the parking is not required in the R1 zone. Off-street parking is not required in R1.
I do believe the new definition of a unit does only apply to B&B and tourist lodging because there is another definition of a unit for residences. I don't know how that applies here because I didn't know that this wasn't a B&B until this moment.
Would this be a multifamily housing or,
Yes.
okay?
There you go. That's what I thought, yeah. Yeah, that's how the tax
Yeah.
records show as multifamily housing.
I don't think there's anything we can do about this. It is a concern
Right.
with
I agree.
parking.
I agree.
Probably something we need to get straightened out.
I mean, it has always been four 2-bedroom units. It has always had 1 parking space. It's written in the city ordinances that it's grandfathered in at that.
So you have not added anything to this?
No,
It's exactly the way it was
Yes.
when it burned?
correct.
Okay,
Okay.
Okay.
great.
So, go ahead.
Last time you were here, I believe there was a requirement that you get an engineering report from somebody, and you said you were working on that.
That was taken care of.
Do you
and-
have a copy of it?
Not on me. The building inspector,
There is a
I've seen
letter
it.
from the fire marshal that they got that report
Okay.
and that everything is good.
yeah, the stop work orders were all lifted.
Yeah, they're happy with everything.
I can vouch that you got that.
Okay, well, the last meeting, we asked for that, and he didn't have it at that meeting, and immediately they started working on the property, so I didn't know when they actually got the engineering report.
Yeah, I don't know the exact date it was, but me and Bill Hathaway walked the property, and Bill Hathaway sent me an engineer report, and that's the reason why we issued the building permit for that.
Okay, appreciate it. Thank you.
I think,
I have no more questions.
yeah, we're going to have some new housing, which I think is good.
Yep.
Okay, so,
I'm not going to do a motion this time.
and do you want to do the motion to,
I make a motion that 1 Washington continue and get their certificate of occupancy, and I don't really see any reason that they need to come back here.
okay, I don't even, any second on that?
Second.
Okay, all right. We have a motion and a second to let the multifamily dwelling at 1 Washington Street continue operating. And so can I hit a yes vote?
Yes.
Yes.
Can I just add in the motion, it should say continue operating as a non-conforming use?
Yeah, we never took that away.
Okay, well, that's.
Yeah, you're still
okay,
legal non-conforming.
Okay,
Yeah, just as it states today.
Okay.
Yeah, we're just trying to get you back to where it was before the fire.
right, okay. Well, thank you very much.
Thank
Wish
you.
luck.
And thank you, Bill, for continuing working with us on that. I know it's been a tough run.
Okay.
All right, next, let's see here. All right, that ends old business. We got new business. All right, the discussion on tree removal application process by Tom.
All we did, the tree removal application we had was based on the old ordinance, and I modified it to make it fit with the new ordinance. And I think Cassie's modified the form to show the changes that were made based on the new ordinance versus the old ordinance. So I guess we can just agree, make a motion to approve the form that has been modified.
Okay, go ahead and make the
That's
motion.
the attachment in here.
Yes. I included the original and then the one with the changes that Tom requested, or,
I make a motion to approve the amended changes on the
Second.
tree removal permit application.
Second.
Okay. All right, we have a motion and a second to approve the amended tree removal application form. All in favor?
Aye.
Any against? Okay, it passes. Thank you. All right. Next on the agenda, we have new construction lot size. Again, Tom Buford.
I've got to find myself here.
Okay.
A while back, we had a application to build a house on Fairmount. And in that particular part of town, I think the lot size is 4,000 square feet. The lot size that we're bidding on was 3,200 square feet. And we had to give a variance for the lot size and also give a variance because of the setbacks, 10-foot setback on each side. And going through the ordinances, there, I wish I had my sheet here.
Excuse me.
Oh, yeah. And looking at the different codes, R1 Victorian is 4,000 square feet lot size. R2 is 10,000 square feet. R3, which is multifamily, is 10,000 square feet lot size. C1 Victorian Commercial is 2,500 square feet. C2 Contemporary Commercial outside the historical district is 5,000 square feet. Quiet Use Commercial is 4,000 square feet. Industrial is 15,000 square feet. Agriculture is 2 acres. And I don't think, I'm not here tonight to try to say we need to change anything, but I do think the one that impacts us more than anything else right now is the R1 Victorian Residential, because there are some places to build on in that R1 area that are way below the 4,000 square feet. And rather than having the property owner come in every time they want to build and ask for setback requirements to be waived, a variance on those, or a variance on lot size, I'd like to for us to think about maybe reducing that down from 4,000 down to something less. And I just think about that and maybe think about what you think would work if that's worth looking at. But I think it'll come up more now because we're running out of places to build on. And we have some houses that are on big lots that they could be subdivided down to a smaller lot and below the 4,000 square foot and still allow you to build a house. And it's very easy to build a two-story house with the, off-street parking being in the basement, have the 2 cars, and then live over. I think a house on Benton Street a couple of years ago did that. They had, you drive in the 2-car garage and you live upstairs. And that's something that could be utilized on a small lot. And just think about that. Maybe we'll bring it back up again and do some more thinking about it. That's all I had on it.
Okay. All right. Any comments? No?
No, I think that's a great idea.
Okay, I agree. Tourist lodging review, Ann?
Yes, I'll be getting with Cassie on that. We do have some that are no longer tourist lodgings that probably need to come off the books. But I'm going to particularly be looking at certificate of occupancies and CAPC taxes and see where we are on those. And it'll probably take 2 or 3 months, but don't have any. I really just don't get complaints about tourist lodging. And I think one of the reasons is that the majority of the tourist lodging here in Eureka is locally owned.
Right.
And I think people really take ownership of it.
Yep.
And because they are in residential areas, if there are any issues, either the neighbors alert them, but I just don't know of any complaints that we've had. So we're just going to look at that their taxes are current and that they all have a certificate of occupancy.
Okay. And just on that same subject, there was a note at the city council meeting that someone brought up, I think the mayor brought up, that it's possible that, Brian King, our senator, had brought up that there are people in the legislature this year for this session talking about bringing back again that restricted ordinance that would restrict any class city from limiting short-term lodging. So
You mean
requests.
Senate Bill 197?
Yeah, so they're talking about trying to bring that back. So just keep your eyes out on that. If everybody could just let me know if you see something, hear something, and we'll go beat up our Harlan Bro and our Brian.
No,
King can help.
I have to say that I would be surprised, given the number of tourist lodgings that we have for sale. There was a time that if a tourist lodging went on the market, it was gone the next day.
Wow.
It's now been months,
Yep.
not only in residential areas, but also commercial areas.
Yep.
So I think that it's turned a little bit, whether that's because they can't find people to work there,
Right.
their prices are too high.
Yeah.
I don't know what the
Right.
shift
Boom
is.
and bust type of thing.
Yeah,
So-
I think so.
Okay. Good. Well, good. Okay. Anything else? All right. The next thing is going to be, we've already done, we had our workshop. Workshop discussion went really well. It's our first area development workshop was today. We'll be having other ones, and we're going to get some information back. I'll see about getting a budget item as well as an engineer recommendation, find out what the city's done, and also try to find out if I get information from Berryville about if there's anything unique that they did. All right, so that was good. And approval of minutes, December 10th. Did everyone get a copy of the December 10th minutes?
Nope.
No. Okay, so we're going to skip that one. We'll put that back on the agenda for next time. Election of officers. So, item number 6 on our agenda. So we talked about that at the last meeting. Recommendations, the chair position has to be announced, it has to be changed. They're only allowed 2 years. So Susan would be stepping down, and whoever you guys elect as chairman would be the next chairman, as well as the secretary. And I think those are the two officers, is the chair and, co-chair, I'm sorry. Chair, co-chair, and secretary are the three officers. So, so what do you feel, what does the commission feel like starting at?
I'm too new at this, I don't know what you're doing. I realize I have to vote for somebody, but I'm not sure
Okay,
the process, so
okay.
I'm just going to observe and
Okay.
see how you guys.
So we need nominations.
We need nominations? Can we nominate somebody else, or they have to self?
You can nominate us, nominate someone else for that.
Okay, I'm going to nominate you, Ferguson, for the chairman's position.
Okay. Any other nominations for chair? Any other nominations for chair? Okay, all right.
So I apologize, I didn't hear clearly. Your nomination was,
For the chair
Eugene.
position.
okay, was
Chairperson.
for Gene.
Yeah.
Who did you nominate? That's my question. Okay, that's fine.
Ferguson.
I just didn't hear it clearly.
Ferguson,
All right.
Ferguson Stewart for chairman.
Okay,
of
so
the
we have one
Planning Commission.
nomination.
Bosley.
We have one nomination, Ferguson Stewart, that's myself. So since it is myself, I won't be voting because we have enough, we don't need my vote. All those in favor of the nominated for chair, Ferguson Stewart?
Aye.
Aye.
Any against? Okay, all right, I accept the nomination, thank you very much. All right. Now we need a co-chair. So someone that could substitute as chair if the chair is not available would be the co-chair. So any nominations for co-chair?
I nominate Ann Salee.
Second.
All right, we have two recommendations for Ann Salee. Any other names? All right, we have a nomination for co-chair, Ann Salee as co-chair. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any against? Okay, thank you, Ann.
Congratulations.
All right, Ann.
Thank you.
All right. And now secretary, which is.
Nominate Tom Buford.
Yeah, we have nominated,
It's a hard job.
I know.
so we have one nomination, Tom. Anyone else?
I wholeheartedly nominate Tom Buford.
Okay, we have two nominations. Okay, Tom, anyone else? Okay, no? Okay, all right, so for the secretary position, we have a nomination of Tom Buford. All those in favor of Tom Buford?
Aye.
Aye.
All right,
Any against? No. Okay, all right. Then we have our officers in place for 2025 and 2026, I guess, really. It's a two-year stint. Unless we do re-election. I don't know if we do re-election every year or not. I don't know.
I think we do.
Okay.
I'll ask.
Okay.
I'll ask before 2026.
Okay, well, all right. So, all right, so that takes care of number 6. So number 7, meeting format. Okay, so the meeting format is, we've adopted, since I've been here, is a relaxed Robert Rules of Order or Arkansas Minute from the Municipal League. Any discussion on our meeting format?
I make a motion that we go and continue with our relaxed Robert Rules of Order.
Second.
All right, we have a motion and a second to adopt the relaxed Robert Rules of Order for meeting format. All those approve?
Aye.
Aye.
Any against? Okay, all approved. Okay, we got that done. All right. Meeting and dates and times for 2025. I think right now we meet once a month. It's the third Tuesday of every month. Is anybody got any problems with that time? Okay. Does anybody want to increase the number of meetings for the Planning Commission? Okay, okay, nobody, everybody's good? Okay.
If I may, as your staff person, I will try to, within the next week, just look at the Tuesdays for the year and see if we're going to have any conflicts, like holidays or something, and so that I can let you all know and we can adjust for that.
Thank
But
you.
otherwise, yeah, we'll plan on second Tuesday.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. So I need, I guess, the meetings to keep the dates and meetings as they have been in 2024.
Yeah.
Motion.
A motion to keep the same meeting times as 2024 for the year 2025, second Tuesday of each month.
I second that.
All right. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any against? All right, there we go. All right, wish list 2024 discussion. I don't have
That should
that
be
copy.
2025.
Do we have the wish list from 2024? I remember. I know it's, I saw it
It was
somewhere.
supposed to be wish list 2025. What do you want?
Okay, 2024. Okay, 2025. Okay. So as we go forward, we know that we got to do the planning area boundary. That's one of the things. The other thing is, I would like to see on our wish list something in regards to trees and not trees, but I mean not trees, sidewalks. We talked a lot about sidewalks. We've had a lot of discussion about sidewalks, but one of the wish lists I have is not to hear reports of tourists falling because someone didn't clean their sidewalks. And we had 2 tourists actually go to the hospital because they fell over this last weekend.
Yep.
So there's still something to be done. I don't know what it is, but there's something. We as a wish list, I wish we could.
Well, the last thing on city council, wasn't Ida going to talk to West Memphis or something about something about their sidewalks? And wasn't that the last thing was discussed at city council about sidewalks?
I don't remember offhand.
Anyway.
It's not just a
But
tourist
it
spot.
kind of like just dropped. I mean, there was discussion at city council about it, about maybe even taking them back,
Right.
putting them back under the city control rather than the
Yeah.
president control, and then it just,
Yeah, rather than
a
have
lot of times the
residents, yeah.
sidewalk comes up and
Yeah,
kind of
sure.
disappears again.
True.
I would also like to clarify it in the code. That's, right now, it's kind of vague about requiring. It says the city council, the planning commission can ask for it. I would like it to be maybe the wish list to clarify whether it is in the code or not, rather than leaving it up to our discretion. So, I mean,
Okay. So any other items for 2025?
One, I have 2. One is, I think it's within the scope of the Planning Commission's authority and eventually can affect some of our decisions as we go forward. We need clarity from the mayor or city council on the status of the construction, funding, and timeline on the roundabout and the proposed tunnel. It certainly is well within our scope of understanding, a need for our scope of understanding, more to know about that.
Yeah.
A lot of talk has been going on since I moved here.
Right.
3.5 years ago, and we're pretty much at the same place.
Yeah. The only thing I can tell you is I did contact the Department of Transportation, and they gave me the end of September was supposed to be the start of 2025, the end of September. But I've been trying to bounce that off the city to get okay, you're right.
Well, it's not a secret society item,
Yeah,
right? You
right.
signed the construction contract, or
Right.
you haven't,
Right,
right?
right.
So the plans have been approved and stamped,
Yep.
or they haven't.
Yeah, according
Right?
to the
Have the bids
state,
have been
they had-
let, or they haven't.
Yeah, according to the state, they've all been approved, and they're going to be released to the contracts for work on September 2025.
All right.
So, but, that's what I've heard. But yeah, the roundabout is a reality, and it's going to happen. Like I said, I was surprised that it got pushed again from November of last year to September now of this year.
Members of the Planning Commission should be able to factually state that,
I
based
agree.
on what City Council and the mayor have said is this construction timeline. The other thing on, 2 other quick things on my wish list. One is personal, just based on education. Maybe I seek your guidance to point me in the right direction on the definition of what long-term rental is, or monthly rental, as defined in section 1408-103. Is it 28 days? Is it 30 days? What is the exact total term of monthly rental?
Ann, didn't you have something on that where we were talking
You're talking
about?
about long-term rental, you're
Yeah.
not talking about tourist lodging?
Long-term.
Well, no, a monthly rental would be less. A long-term rental means more than a month.
Right.
As I interpret the rules, I'm asking on my wish list. I don't know. I'm asking. Have we ever defined? Is there a definition on what a monthly?
I will definitely look into that for the next meeting.
Yeah, I just
Okay.
Okay.
be curious. And the reason is that dovetailing on this whole thing with motels
Right.
is that you get that question from prospects looking to buy motels to convert them. What is it?
Yep.
What is a monthly?
Right.
Do I need to do every weekly
Yep.
or,
Yep.
28 days or
Yep. No, I agree.
whatever?
That's
They
a
don't want
good
to get,
question.
they don't want to get in any trouble. And the final thing is, and maybe again, I missed it, I'll have to dive further, just more clarity on ordinances and permitting relating to fencing.
Perfect. Matter of fact, I've got that right now. I got
Yeah.
that. I've got a personal
seem to be
experience
popping
doing
up.
that right now.
It seemed, and so far, some of the fences that popped up, which I
Yeah.
don't
The
think
only-
had
the only-
permits, look fine,
Yeah.
but
Yeah,
they're
the
just
only-
popping up.
Right, the only thing because I've asked that, because I'm going through that process right now, because Mario wants me to put a fence up. And I did, I said, okay, well, only feedback I got so far is it has to represent the neighborhood. So if my neighbors all have white picket fences, I should have a white picket fence. But that's the only feedback I got. And I was going to directly go to the code officer and ask him, okay, what are the rules on fences? And every subdivision is different because they have there's a word,
HDC approved those?
Yeah, HDC approved them, I think.
If they're in the historic district, HGC does have to approve fences.
So the whole town's historic, so I guess
Right.
HDC has to approve all those.
Yes, I've done a couple fence approvals. I can definitely send what the design guidelines are, but then again, also those only apply to residences or commercial buildings within the historic district. So anyone who lives in Eureka Springs outside the historic district, the design guidelines don't pertain to them, but of course, building code and any other municipal codes would.
You still have to have a permit
right,
to put up a fence.
Right.
yeah.
Didn't we
Just
approve
like
a
any
fence
construction.
on Meat Live Restaurant out there on 62 a while back? Or
On which one?
on May Live, the restaurant
May Live?
on 62, yeah.
Yes,
I don't know.
I think we did,
Yep.
because
Yeah.
that's commercial.
I think that came to us as
Yep, that
some
was
kind
the
of.
But it's commercial new build.
Okay, yeah.
So what I'm understanding is, and I'll just have to dig deeper, there are ordinances that specifically relate to fencing according to each zoning district, is that right?
I'm not sure if there are ordinances for fencing within the zoning code, because that one that came here was for new commercial construction. I don't know what rules the building department has as far as building code. I have my design guidelines for the historic district.
Okay.
So we would basically have no recourse
Right.
against somebody who wanted to put up a fence, lack of,
Right, so we should,
As long as
yeah, we'll
they
dig in.
did
That's a good item. We'll put that.
okay, very good.
On
Got
the thing. Is that it? Okay, all right. Anyone else? Anything 2025? All right. Now, we can always add to stuff. So, just think if you find something after this meeting, or next, before the next one, just let me know and we'll add it to the discussion. So agenda setting, February 11th for our next regular meeting. And so anybody got an agenda items they'd like to have on the next meeting?
Not yet.
Okay, all right. Okay. One thing that's kind of interesting that I wouldn't share an agenda item, but there's a historic church that was donated to the library recently up on, across from the Carnegie Library, I think it was the Presbyterian Church. They donated their entire building, closed their operation as a church, and donated the building with a stipend to the library. So I guess one of the things that I'm not sure about is that, as, time progresses, and major things happen like that, it's kind of interesting. What's going to happen to that building? Are we going to be able to have any input? Is the city going to have any input on what happens to that building? Is it going to become an annex for the library? Is it going to be, because they're already renting out housing over there. So.
I think that it's going to be up to the library. It belongs to them now.
Yeah, I just think it was kind of interesting that happened. I was hoping maybe they donated to the city, but they didn't. They donated. So yeah, I guess it's whatever the library wants to do, but those kind of things, I don't know how you'd cover that, but it's like, if all of a sudden one business actually inherits another business on the other end of town with different rules and, different zoning,
I guess it has to do with what they want to do with it next.
Right,
Yeah.
that's it. So that's just kind of one of the interesting things that's happened so far in 2025 that I thought was really, I would have never guessed that in a million years that a historic, I think it's a 1938 building would be just basically given away with money to another business, another organization in town like that. I didn't expect, I know they had slowed down their operation, but I didn't realize it was that close, but that was something that caught me off guard this year. All right, so, but as far as agenda setting items, I don't know, like I said, we've already got a couple of things that we're going to bring back. So the approval of minutes next time is going to come back on the agenda. And let's see here. I guess, are you going to continue the tourist lodging review,
You can
Ann?
just leave that on there.
Okay, we'll leave that on there. All right. And, but we got, so number one's gone. And I guess we're still have the discussion on new lot sizing next time. We're going to discuss on, talking about a little bit more about that 4,000 to 3,000.
We might want to get the building inspector involved too.
Yeah, that's true. I would like to see the building inspector at a couple of our meetings. Okay. All right. All right. Commissioner comments?
I don't have anything.
Nope.
Okay. Anything, David? Commissioner comments?
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you for agreeing to serve, all of you.
Tom? Nothing. All right. Well, the only thing, yeah, I can say the only thing is Happy New Year, everybody out there in TV land. And I wanted to thank all you here for putting your confidence in me on leadership position. I appreciate that. I hope I do a good job. I'll try to, but I know with your help, I'll be able to get it done. And Cassie's been great. I look forward to this next year. And thank you for our AV guy out there. I appreciate you. You do an awesome job and all the support we get from the city, and look forward to 2025. It's going to be an interesting year. It's already started out pretty interesting, so we'll see how it goes. So Happy New Year, everybody, and thank you for attending.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
And we have a motion to adjourn in a second. All approve? Say yes?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, we are adjourned.
Thank you, everybody.